right, and we are live. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We got another fun podcast and we got some guests today. Can everybody shout themselves out real quick?
It's really Rhonda on Instagram.
Trade with Ellie underscore on Instagram.
And we got, Mercer Millions.
Mercer Millions, you already know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of the new guests that we have. They said they disagree with everything that we be saying on our podcast, so they coming for war. So let's see how this turns out.
Let's see. We coming back with another Kevin Samuels video. We're gonna get right into it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. We don't tell no lies, and if you dispute, put in the comments down below. Everybody has their social media tags connected as well, so follow, hit us up, and let's get this thing going. So I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay. So have you seen this video before?
I seen like a bit of it, like a little bit of it, probably like a week or two ago. This one.
Okay. So you're the only one that's seen it. We have not. This is the first time reaction. Kevin Samuels, Gold Digger wants to be a wife. Can sugar babies level up to soccer moms? That is the title. So let's get it.
That's the. See if I can stretch this out.
Hey, and also the way we do this podcast or this Zoom or whatever you want to call it, interview, we'll pause it at any time if it's a certain subject you guys want to dig into a little bit more. So if it's something that's debatable, disputable, something that's triggering something you agree with, don't disagree with, feel free to let them know to pause it and then we can have a discussion.
All right, most definitely. Wait for this thing to pull up. We should be good to go. All right, bet.
I want to ask you a question, but I'm not sure if I can.
Well, the thing is, I don't want you guys. You want to ask Jessica a question?
No, you.
Go ahead.
That's why I called in. For me, the thing I'm struggling with, I'm trying to transition from that world into the real world, but it's actually a real struggle for me because I'm used to the fast money, get money fast, spend money fast, live the fast life.
Yeah.
Now that I'm moving into the real world, I'm struggling to find a man because I'm actually always nervous that they will find out about my past. How do I navigate that? And what do I do? Do I tell them or do I just keep quiet? If I keep quiet, what if it comes up someday?
Okay. So you're transitioning out of sugar baby and you're trying to become a soccer mom.
Yeah, and I have had some interesting pictures online, but I paid like $20,000 to this company, and they tried out everything.
I know women who are escorts, who are actual well-known escorts who transition. Here's the reality. If you're trying to find a man a certain amount of means, he's going to do his due diligence on you anyway. You can scrub as much as possible. The thing is, I would say, where are you going? Why do you want what you want? And then where are you going to get it? Because that sugar baby lifestyle, that fast money lifestyle is not the same thing. You go find a quote unquote Henry. It's going to be very different. And there are not a lot of suckers out there either. That's what I think a big misperception is that, that you got guys who are making really, really good money and they are not logical men.
That is the first time we ever had an ad, ever.
Right? That's weird.
That just fucked up the whole damn shit.
I'm gonna rewind it a couple seconds.
A big misperception is that, that you got guys who are making really, really good money and they are not logical men. They know why women are around them.
Mm-hmm. They know, yes.
Yeah, and the question is, how old are you? Let's start there. How old are you?
I am 27.
Okay, and do you want to be a wife?
Yes, that's actually my goal before I turn 30. I graduated from grad school last year, and
Okay,
I'm working
so
at a finance
what kind of
firm
wife do
right
you
now.
want to be? What kind of wife do you want to be? You want to be a stay-at-home wife, meaning you don't
I
have
want
to.
to I want to stay at home when my kids are younger, but when they turn 5, I want to go back into the real world.
What do you mean go back into the real world? Go work?
Like I want to have a career once my kids get a little older.
Career doing what?
I studied finance and I studied entrepreneurship in grad school.
Uh-huh.
So I want to do something. Maybe right now I'm working at a financial company, but eventually I want to have my own business, do my own thing, and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well,
But I want
I would tell you basically based on what I'm hearing, you're gonna have a real hard time because one, you come from a sugar baby lifestyle where you're in control of your own moves. You have a grad degree, already works
yes,
against you, and then you say, "I want a man who," and let's be real, you don't want a broke man. You want a man with significant six figures. But yet you still
yes.
want to be able. But yet you still want to be able to go out, and after your kids get school age, you want to go be back out. Those kind of
I
men.
want to do that. If
Hold on,
my
listen,
man,
listen. Men at that level are not looking for a woman. You have a plan. You want a man to sit in. You want a wife. You're not
yes.
trying to be a wife.
Hmm.
Pause.
It doesn't work.
Pause. Stop. 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 Mother freaking stop.
Here we go.
So he's saying that she cannot have a degree and want to have her own because of the caliber of man that she's dating, that kind of man does not want someone as his equal. He wants someone lesser because of his status. Is that what he's saying?
He's saying since she's so in control of her life and since she's used to a certain lifestyle, it'd be hard for her to find a certain income guy that's going to be with her program. So he's basically saying you want a guy that's going to get on your program, which is a wife.
I think also what she's saying, but what he's saying is more so like she's not going to be able to find what ideally she's looking for and what she thinks is a husband, because what she's used to dealing with are men that are willing to succumb to her as opposed to there being an equal partnership. She's never been in one. So she doesn't know how to look for one in that same regard. What she's looking for is the same situation with the parameters of still being like an ideal wife, but still being able to do sugar baby shit. You can't find sugar baby niggas looking for and still doing sugar baby shit. Like you're not on the same level.
I see you, Trendy. Okay.
But how you know you're not gonna find that? There's somebody out there who wants what she wants.
But
there is, but what pool are you looking in?
We don't know what pool she in. She probably in the right
with
pool.
that accent,
And it also
that
boils.
accent,
It also boils down. It also boils down to timing because men are the ones that do dictate relationships. So she might find it, but the question is also when, while putting herself out there, because she's 27 looking for a husband right now. So she is having some trouble. So, you know, there is a possibility of her finding it, but there's also the possibility of her not. And what's the time frame looking like?
All right. We'll see how this unwraps.
That's not gonna. And you're 27. You want a wife. You're not trying to be a wife. That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna. And you're 27. And you have this background in risky pictures.
What does her being 27 have to do with anything?
Okay, the pictures.
She's trying to say she's too old,
and that's a problem.
Yeah, definitely. I think he said like, what did he say? Like 30? He said 30 is basically
He said something about like 30 to 35 is like high risk pregnancy. And you know, 30 is kind of getting in that. So like basically what he's trying to infer that if you're a man who's well off, you prefer a younger female who has less stuff that she's been through in life, more submissive and willing to get on the program, and has a more fertile
age does not dictate submissiveness. Age does not dictate that at all. I said what I said.
I would say it's a yes and no. It depends who, because if that was the case,
I think people confuse naivety. I think people confuse naivety with submissive,ness, and there's a difference. You can be young and naive, but that doesn't make you submissive.
I like that.
Now I like that too.
That's a bar. Great fucking point. That is.
That is. Hey, I love it. Hey, educate me.
See pictures? No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
The pictures are deleted. I spent $20,000.
I don't care if they're deleted or not. The fact of the matter is, man, you cannot. Okay, you want the benefits of being a traditional feminine woman in a new masculine role. You want a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want your children, once they're school age, for you to go back and start a career? Why do you want to do that? If you already got a husband that can take care of everything, why do you want to do that?
Well, it depends. If I have a husband who can really, really take care of me and the kids, and I don't need to work,
why would you not marry? Why would you marry a man who can't do that and give him kids?
No, I said if I find a man who can do that, I will not need to go back to work. But I don't want to give up everything, all my power.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you. You want to. There you go. Hold on. I know what I heard when I heard it. Mm-hmm. And I'm calling bullshit. Mm-hmm. You want a fool.
Please call it.
No, I just want things on my
do.
Term.
No,
so, am I the only one?
That's right.
Pause. Yo, pause. So am I the only one that's catching her Freudian slip where he keeps saying you want a wife and she keeps saying yes?
Yeah.
Like she keeps saying yes. So like subconsciously, yeah, she doesn't want somebody to be in a partnership with. She wants somebody that's still gonna let her do whatever the hell it is that she wants to do and then just fit into that schedule. But she's also contradicting herself because if she wants somebody that's gonna be able to provide A, B, C, and D, but you still want to go and do what you want to do, if he can afford that, then why are you doing that?
Right. Wait. So Don, you want to know what's so fucking interesting right now?
What's
the
interesting?
fact that Trendy didn't know nothing about this podcast or these interviews that we be reviewing, but she's doing the exact same thing we do on the videos. She's finding all of the fallacies, all of the inconsistencies, and all of the dumb shit. So when Rhonda was when I was talking to Rhonda, like, yeah, we be talking shit about women. Trendy, this is what we be talking shit about. We be finding the loopholes of what they be talking about and be like, you sound retarded. But it's funny that she got on here ready for war, but I respect the fact that she's really finding the inconsistencies of what she's talking about from a neutral perspective. She's not coming in here like, hey, this is girl power and fuck everything Kevin Samuels was talking about and girls is right. She's like, no, wait, this lady sounds retarded. So yeah. I respect that at a very high level because she's really coming in from a neutral perspective and not just being pro girl power. Everything we do is right, even when we're wrong. So that's round of a fucking applause for that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm always about the logic first, like make it make sense. And she's not making sense right now. But continue.
Right, you want things on your term, and guess what? If you could have things on your term, you would have had it already because you've already had plenty of high-level men. How come you haven't cashed out before 27?
Oh, no. I don't want to be married to those men. Number two, most of them were older, like in their 50s and 60s.
Who the fuck do you think makes this kind of money, ma'am? 20-year-olds? See, this is Jessica. This is what I'm talking about. The delusion.
Did somebody say pause?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's the point, though. You're gonna have to find someone older because of the stature of what she's looking for. You know, it takes people some time to build up this kind of wealth. So if you're looking for a guy who's in his 30s, 20s, you know, he's probably still working on that. So he actually is making a lot of sense on that.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I'm 23. I'm still trying to establish myself. So by the time I'm 30s, I can provide, you know, at least some of that. And it's still going to be me establishing myself in my 30s. But I can definitely attest to that. Her being 27, that's, 4 years older than me. I'm going to still be working towards my goals. So it makes a lot of sense.
Delusional woman. See, the world can have these, but we can't have men acting like this. This is fucking delusional. You want a complete total package, but yet then you want the ability to go squirt out some kids. Then you want to go right back in the corporate world because at the end of the day, you don't want to really rely upon a man, depend upon a man. You want to control all the cards. And the guys that I know will stay away from you. They spot you coming and you'll think they're not messing with you because you were a sugar baby, because you had risque pictures. No, they're not going to mess with you because
Be honest. Do you really want to watch a video that looks like this? There's a good reason why presenters use.
Because you were a sugar baby, because you had risque pictures. No, they're not going to mess with you because you're a bad bet. I am not a therapist, and I can tell all kind of shit is wrong with this. There's no way in the hell I would justify having any guy that has any kind of means to touch you. Because you don't want to be married to be a wife. You want to be married. No. Stay in the sugar baby world, stack your money, and get you a boy toy. Because to get a real masculine provider male, you're looking for a sucker, a beta male provider. Mm-mm. Don't deal with those.
Okay, so what do you think I should work on to get to my goals? Because I already
think,
made.
Why do you think so little of men? My thing is this: why do you think so little of men?
Well, what I have experienced with them, that my experiences have made me think so little of them, because I've seen what they've done behind the.
Wow.
Leaving their wives and children at home, coming to see someone, lying to their families, and all those things. I have been the woman on the other side, and I have experienced.
Whoa! What? Wait, what?
Pause this, please. So you were a sugar baby, aka the side chick, aka the escort, aka whatever it is. So you were the one that's luring the men to your world, and then talk shit about them because they fell for your trap. So she's talking about how they are with their family. So I'm pretty sure some dude cheated and was like pillow talking, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is my family. This is, she like, damn, this nigga ain't shit. But you just fucked him or did whatever and persuaded him into your world. So what does that make you? You are the distraction. But now she don't think shit of him because they fell for her trap and she got the bag. So now she like, niggas ain't shit. That's a problem.
Wow.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
One, why were you dealing with sugar daddies like that?
Why was I dealing with them? Yes. Because money.
Right. So Jessica, I put you on mute because I want to have this conversation. Yes, but you have the right of refusal. Yet you chose to deal with sugar daddies that lack character because of the money.
Most men that get in this hobby lack character.
No, ma'am, that is not true.
Most.
No, ma'am, that is not. No, ma'am, that is no, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, that is not. No, ma'am, that is not true. And I'm not going to let you put that bullshit out here about most men. Those men that you decide to work with. I know too many guys that are not this way. And when I was out there, I wasn't this way. You took the highest bidder. Didn't worry about it.
Hey, he know because he was that dude. He like, no, ma'am. No, because me and my squad, we move a little bit different. That's funny.
To work with. I know too many guys that are not this way. And when I was out there, I wasn't this way. You took the highest bidder and you didn't worry about character. So don't pretend to try to make character an issue now when you were involved in adultery, when you were involved in being a mistress. The nerve of you. But let me go ahead and move on to the next subject. Because of the men you've chosen to interact with, what kind of therapy have you actually gotten on an individual level?
I'm actually going right now. I have been going for 6 months now.
Good.
And one thing I realized is that I had a lot of daddy issues. Yes. I guess that's why I was very attracted to most of them. I was using them to fill that hole and gap. And I'm realizing that now. But in a few years, I actually want to move on to the next chapter of my life.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Let me I need you to focus on what I'm about to say, right? Okay.
Okay.
You don't get to put a clock on this. You are 27. You have daddy issues. And you've only been in counseling for 6 months. You don't get to say in 2 years, I'm ready to move on. You're ready to move on when you work the process. If it's 2 years, it's 2 years. If it's 15, it's 15. But at the end of the day, the woman that's on this phone right now, you have a negative opinion of men. And no man, deserves to have to deal with a woman like that. Especially a man with resources. Again, ma'am, I want you to listen to what I'm about to say. If you are in therapy for the last 6 months, the one question I asked you, you did not take accountability. I asked you, why did you choose to deal with men who up front you knew what they were?
I go.
Married, whatever. You could have chosen to say, I don't deal with guys like that. I only deal with unmarried men. You could have chosen that, yes?
Married men are more generous.
I didn't. Right. So the question.
See, and she's bringing this on herself. All this on herself.
She's trash.
It's like she's bringing all her
trash.
Stuff. She was after the money. She ran into trash dudes who were doing wrong out the gate, and now you're trying to put that situation on all men, and that's not fair. So I definitely agree with him on that.
The direct answer is yes, I could have chosen to deal with non-married men, but married men are more generous. Is that a yes or no question?
Yes.
Right. So you chose to deal with married men. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Then stop sounding like you have a moral high ground when you chose to deal with a married man.
I mean, I'm not saying I have a high moral ground. I'm just saying my experience, and this is what my experience.
We know you don't.
You chose your experience, ma'am.
We know you don't have a high moral ground. We know you don't have a high moral ground. I mean, you chose to participate in activities of adultery that clearly let people know, you know what, I'm willing to do whatever I want to do because I want to do it. You're not really concerned about anyone else when you engage in that type of behavior. So to expect that you want somebody that is outside of what you've already participated in is irrational. Like, she got some work to do on herself before she even fucking puts herself out there. You got all these goals by 30, baby girl. You're not gonna make it.
Right, and then she's trying to say like everybody's trash because of the men that she dealt with. It's like you robbing people forever, and then you say everybody steals. It's like, no, you've been stealing. Like, you've been doing this. You can't say that. Like, that's crazy.
She's trash.
Man, I love these analogies. Wow.
Ground. I'm just saying my experience, and this is what my experience was.
You chose your experience, ma'am. You chose your. I chose my experience. So why, if it was, my question is this, man. My question is this, really. If ultimately you knew one day you wanted to get out of this game, you chose to mess around with married men, knowing it was when you could have chose to take less money and deal with unmarried men. You chose the money. You're a horror story waiting to happen because it's all on the men. Come back and listen to this show. I'm not even looking at the comment section. Come back and listen to this show. It's all been on the men. Your negative impact, your negative impression of men is because of your experience with men, but you are 100% in control of who you decide to interact with. No one put a gun to your head and said you had to go with married men. No one. So what you're really afraid of, honestly, is one, daddy issues. Two, you're afraid of that karma and chickens coming home to roost. You're afraid that you get with one of these provider kind of men, and then some new young sugar baby is going to be fucking and sucking your boyfriend, your husband on the side. That's why you want to go back to work. If you find that out happens.
That part. That part.
You've been robbing niggas your whole life. Now you're getting robbed. Now you scared.
Oh, man.
You want to run his ass through the family court system, take all his shit and sucking your boyfriend, your husband on the side. That's why you want to go back to work, because if you find that out happens, you want to run his ass through the family court system, take all his shit and still have some of your stuff to go with. You are a problem. There's no way in hell I would recommend any of my guys get anywhere near you. You're a fucking nuclear Chernobyl disaster. Stay in counseling. Leave good men fuck alone. You don't qualify for one. From your own moral choices.
Right.
We all have to deal with what we have to deal with. And see, if there were men on the other side, I would tell them a similar thing. But you don't get to just decide to shake it all off and then to expect to go get a upstanding man. No, it's not how that works, man.
So that's not how that works.
No, okay. but kudos to you for being in therapy. Stay in therapy. Work the therapy, and then when you are really ready to take accountability for yourself and your choices, and you can say, yeah, then you'll be more capable of finding something that's going to be fulfilling to where you won't need a plan B or an exit strategy.
So
that's what that job is.
If I reach that place mentally and emotionally, should I be honest about the past, or should I just keep it to myself?
I would say be honest. Honesty always works. We live in a connected digital world, and here's the thing. You'll be amazed. Many guys, come on, man. If you're a beautiful woman, guys expect beautiful, powerful men to. If you're a beautiful woman, guys expect powerful men with resources to be around you. It's not uncommon. But you're judging it harshly. I would say you're judging it harshly in large part due to your current mind state. Give it some time, ma'am. You're 27. You've only been in 6 months. Give it a couple of years. And then you'll come back and you may realize that I look at this completely different. It's still too new for you right now. Okay?
Okay, I will give that a shot.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye. Hey guys, whether looks, style,
all right.
All right, so look, real quick, before we give our final thoughts, I got a question for you, Don. So could you deal with a woman who had a past like that? Maybe she was into being a sugar baby, a stripper, a dope film actress, or something along those lines. So she went on her journey till she was 27. She went to counseling, cleaned up her spirit, and now she wants to be a wife. You know, is that something you feel like is too much of a red flag for you, or would you be able to move forward?
All right, I'll answer it like this. If I was an older man, yes. But at my young age, no. Because I'm young still, so I have these other viable options. But if I was an older man and I was content with how my lifestyle is, yeah, maybe that would be for me. But at 23, nah, because I'm still growing myself. And it's like, you choose somebody my age with a clean slate. Even as an older man, I could choose somebody with a clean slate. But even insult to injury, why would I add that burden onto myself at this age?
Are you saying that's a deal breaker, or it's not a deal breaker?
That is a deal breaker for me right now.
Okay. But if it was my age, then no.
I would consider it. It would be in consideration. Like if anybody could change. If I'm vibing with a heart, I don't care about none of that stuff. I'm gonna look past it. But right now, I don't even need to look past it because it's like, especially when I'm still in my youth and I'm coming young too, but you know what I'm saying? Equal yoke coming to the table. I wouldn't have to deal with nothing unnecessary.
You start settling for things that you wouldn't have settled for in your earlier age?
I would say when you're younger, you want to choose your most viable options because that's where you have the most growth potential. That's where you can set the foundation for the rest of your life. After you get older, you're more established, so you're willing to even be more equipped to handle stuff like that. Like all her torment and turmoil and sugar baby tendencies at 23, I'm still trying to establish myself, so I wouldn't be in the right mindset to take care of her mentally or emotionally and what she needs. As an older man, I would be more equipped to meet her needs while she's still growing and healing and where I'm at in life.
Okay. Damn, you got a career in politics that we don't know about?
Nah.
All right, so final thoughts. I like this video a lot because it showed, for them experiencing Kevin Samuels for the first time, a lot of people, he gets a bad rap. But if y'all can really pay attention, this man is encouraging. He's giving her the truth, the hardcore truth, what I feel like a lot of women need, especially her. She needed the truth. I feel like she had a great therapy session within this little call, and it showed his real level of concern for her, like counseling. Like, he gave her the harsh reality, but also let her know counseling is where you want to be, young lady. You know what I'm saying? He also wasn't mightier than thou, because he even admitted, like, me and my homies is really with the shit. So I know how this world is. You know what I'm saying? So it just, I just like that, you know what I'm saying, from his perspective, that his concern was really about counseling, and he's just not on here just bashing and thrashing. You know what I'm saying? For her, the fact that she was open and receptive to the stuff that he was talking about is beautiful, because hopefully she uses this and moves forward and actually gets the relationship that she wants and takes the advice that he gave her. So this wasn't a super spicy, controversial one like the other one, but I do like the narrative of how they was dialoguing, and I hope that she builds from this. So I like the video a lot, and also like the fact that the women that we have on our show today was really just not on those silly girl power shit where shit is just illogical and I'm just gonna side with the woman. It was really them. Nah, she sounds crazy.
I agree. It was sensible. There wasn't a whole lot of nuance. It was just, I just agree. Everybody had a really interesting, wonderful input, and it helped. I learned a lot from this video. So does anybody else have any final thoughts? Any final thoughts?
We appreciate you guys for having us on. I mean, this was a great exchange. I think more conversations should be had, adult conversations, because people do tend to, male and female, not take responsibility. And like he said, it's just like she has to take accountability for the things that she did in order to be understanding why she views men the way she does right now. And I think that happens a lot for men and women. Like, based upon the women or the men you chose up to them, now you're like, oh, negative. Oh, all women are bad, all men are bad, all women cheat, all men lie. And it's because, well, who have you been choosing? Like, what kind of characters have you been allowing into your space to where you feel like all men are liars, or all women are cheaters, or all this, all that? It's like, you can't say that for a whole or a collective. Like, you can't say everybody is this way when you've been allowing yourself to date people of that caliber. And then you're saying you're putting this stamp on everybody. So I definitely did. I like that aspect of the video, like you said, where they both took that accountability. So that was the cool part of it too. So again, thank you guys for having us on.
Most definitely.
We gotta hear from Ellie. We ain't heard from Ellie this whole time. I know Ellie got something good to say.
I don't have, y'all said a lot. I agree with what y'all said for the most part. Like, it's cool. Thank you for having us and to be on this side of the screen to critique and to analyze, the video and stuff and how things go down. I think with her, she probably is just so oblivious because she living in her own world. She don't even realize how she's even functioning. And I think it was cool to see, like, she was being honest. It took her a while to really lay out what the truth was or what her real motive was, but she didn't even realize it till he pointed it out, because she was like, wow, really? Like, oh, that's really what I'm doing? Like, she was even oblivious, but that's because the circle that she's in, that's all she know. Not to give her an excuse, but it's good that, she was able to be honest and be able to be receptive to the information that he had, and to be able to see what that's like, because some people need that hardcore truth, and that was cool.
Most definitely.
So for me, the guys, thank y'all so much for having us on the call. This was like a lot of fun. This is probably like the second Kevin Samuel. Like, I didn't even know that was his name, Kevin Samuels, right? But it's like the second video I've seen with him. And I think one of the main things that I keep seeing in these videos that always stand out for me is managing expectations and managing our own expectations of what we expect out of people, and managing our expectations of what we think we ought to receive. And so I think, with these videos and just this like adult dialogue, much like Rhonda was saying, is really important for people to have, because, people are really out here wilding out in their thought processes, and they don't even realize that they're like being illogical, that they're not being even sensible, you know what I'm saying? And they wonder why they're miserable, and it's because you're not managing your expectations. So I think that's like one of the main themes of like these like conversations and these videos. So I appreciate you guys like letting us get on and kind of sharing our female perspective, so to speak. And so it was fun. So thanks a bunch.
Definitely. Well, with that being said, Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. We tell no lies. And if you dispute, comment down below. Peace and love, y'all. Let me get to this record button. All right.